A day in the life of a feminine woman. I get up at 5 a.m. every day to make myself pretty for when my husband wakes up. When he gets up, I greet him with a big smile and serve him a freshly made 5-course breakfast accompanied by a glass of fresh tears that I cried while cooking. Feminine woman always smiles. Remember, you're here to bring joy. All I get for my daily meals is 1 apple because a true lady is always fit and skinny. After my 3rd daily faint, it's time to greet my husband from work. And what a delight. He brought a group of friends from work asking me to whip up a dinner party in under 10 minutes, which is of course not a problem for a feminine woman. When they ask me what I want from life, I say whatever my husband wants, because femininity is about submission. Girls, remember, if he wanted another alpha in the house, he would marry another man. Internet is full of femininity coaches trying to teach us how to be a true woman. Somehow all of their advices come down to same few things. Be always pretty, always happy, be dependent and submissive.
My husband makes the final decisions in our home. The women are not designed to take on that responsibility. Your husband is.
2 things I will never do as a kingdom wife. Number 1, I will not deny my husband intimacy.
Not only this concept is harmful for women, it is completely untrue, because it presents one size fits them all version of femininity where only always pretty, always perfect homemaker from the 50s is considered to be a feminine woman. But what if this woman is not about you at all? You can't be feminine? Of course not. Because this version is only one type of femininity. And what about the other 3? Being a feminine woman becomes as easy as breathing when you discover your type of femininity. We don't tap into our divine feminine by learning and pretending to be someone else. We tap into our inner feminine through permission, through allowing ourselves to be who we are and embracing it. So let's look closer at the 4 femininity types and try to identify which one is naturally yours and how you can, using that knowledge, nurture not a masculine man, but your inner feminine. And the first type of femininity I want to look into is something you absolutely don't expect. It will break the stereotype completely, because this type of femininity is completely opposite to that stereotypical feminine nurturing woman that we talked about in the beginning. This type is called the wild woman. I want to talk about them and to them first, because these girls are often the ones who are worried that they're not feminine enough, when in reality they possess a completely different, very powerful version of femininity. These girls are really independent, self-reliant, they have free spirit. Their mission in life is to explore this world and to bring the change into something they truly believe in. They cannot be tamed, they don't want to settle down and be a perfect homemaker. The romance is never the main focus of these women, because they are driven by something bigger than themselves, bigger than their lives. They have what we call a mission. And because of that, they value their freedom above all else, because only freedom allows them to achieve what they want and to explore the world in the way that they want it. Her feminine energy is directed outward onto the world, but she doesn't try to please or take care of others. Her drive is curiosity. She wants to learn new things and learn who she is. These girls always have their plates full. Their lives are really packed with different activities that they do. Hobbies, friends, mission, goals, career. She's not trying to satisfy any society's expectations or standards, including beauty standards. She will not bother to try and look correctly and behave correctly and satisfy everybody's expectations. And that's why she will often hear that she needs to be softer, more feminine, more calm, more quiet. This is against her nature. Compare fire in the fireplace at home that keeps you warm in the winter evenings and the wildfire in the forest. This is a difference in energy that she has, but it is still a fire. It is still a very powerful feminine energy. Perfect example of a woman with this type of femininity will be Jo from The Little Women.
Teddy, I don't believe I will ever marry. I'm happy as I am. I love my liberty too well to be in any hurry to give it up.
If you never read the book or saw the film, she chooses to say no to a marriage proposal to a man who she actually really loves, because she's focused on her goals, on her career, on her mission. And that's the biggest danger for these women. Hyper-independence, refusing themselves to have what they want in terms of relationship, closeness, because she is afraid she will lose her freedom and she will lose her independence. And these are the most important things for her in life. For these women, women, it's important to remember that society taught us that a woman shall be a certain way, nurturing, convenient, kind, always happy. And that is because such woman is very convenient. But you don't have to break yourself or change yourself to have what you want. You can still be yourself and not compromise on who you are and be in a relationship, for example. So how to nurture this powerful, mission-driven, free kind of femininity? First of all, forget about pink dresses and clean girl aesthetic. It's not in fashion anymore anyway. Your aesthetics is the messy girl. Messy hair, effortless styles, natural materials, clothes that is comfortable, that allows a lot of movement. You must look as if your today's look didn't take any effort from your side. You just picked whatever first you saw in your wardrobe and you just went out like that. And since you're a true Amazon who wants to be out there in the nature, moving, pursuing, connection with the body is very important for you. So another thing that will really nurture your feminine is movement, sports, activity, different active hobbies. And last but not least, if you are a wild woman and you don't have a mission yet, something bigger than yourself, a big goal, you shall look for a mission. This is something that will really drive you forward. Without a mission, wild woman risks to be really low on energy and really low on motivation. So mission is something you really need to keep you burning and going forward. Second type of femininity we are going to talk about is the witch, or the wise woman, if you like. Again, we are breaking the stereotypes here. She is very far from stereotypical feminine girl. She's the one to whom you will run for an advice if you need something very good and actionable. She just seems to know more about life than everyone else. The hardest thing for this type of women is people pleasing. If you often hear things like, "Why are you so quiet?" You are probably this type of women. For her, people pleasing is even harder than for the wild woman, because the wild woman actually likes hanging out with like-minded people. She usually has a big circle of friends. The witch, on the other hand, is a true introvert. Her energy is directed inwards. She lives kinda in her own world. If you are not offering her a deep conversation, she's probably not interested in having a small talk with you. She is so deep into observing, into perceiving what's going on around her. She just can't waste her time on meaningless interactions. Her femininity is not loud. It lies in wisdom, in introspection, in seeing the world the way it is and seeing people the way they are. That's why she understands people really, really well. At the same time, she seems to be really mysterious for other people. She is not an open book. You never know what she is thinking about. If the wild woman is interested in exploring and getting to know the outside world and maybe even changing it, then the witch is interested in exploring the inner world. She is interested in introspection, in wisdom, in looking for deep motives, psychology behind the things. She lives in the spiritual world. Doesn't mean that she is interested in some spiritual practices or whatnot. It just seems that she's connected with the world of ideas. She can be interested in such professions like art, for example, or writing books. She transforms the ideas, something intangible, into something tangible. She brings this to us into this world. She is also really, really intuitive. She's really perceptive, and her intelligence goes beyond the simple knowledge about things. She just knows, she feels things. The wise woman is not interested in social approval. People usually come to her when they need her. I would compare this type of femininity with deep, deep water. If the wild woman was a wild forest fire, then the witch is deep, dark waters when you can't see below the surface. Luna Lovegood will be a perfect example from popular media, from Harry Potter, of a girl who possesses this type of femininity.
If I were you-know-who, I'd want you to feel cut off from everyone else, because if it's just you alone, you're not as much of a threat.
She sees what others don't, and she seems kind of wiser than her age, and witches often seem to be older than they are, not by appearance, but by the logic, by their knowledge, by their wisdom. If you look closer at Luna Lovegood and how she interacts with other children at Hogwarts, you will see that she's a bit of an outcast, actually. People don't accept her, they don't understand her. She seems to be a little bit weird, a little bit living in her own world. And this is the main danger of this type of women, to escape into fantasy and forget about living in the real world. To nurture this type of feminine, you need to become more grounded and more connected with the material world. For that, you can try different sensual, body-focused practices like yoga, dancing, taking bubble baths. Which type of woman shall dress? To self-express. You dress to show what's on the inside to the outside world. For example, I myself identify with this type of femininity. I don't use that much of creative clothing, not really my style, but I love wearing symbolic jewelry. For example, I'm obsessed with my charms bracelet. There are different symbols that are meaningful for me, for my life. I wear a lot of letters, also symbolizing me and my loved ones. This is how I express my inner world to the outside world. And lastly, for all wise women, stop apologizing for who you are and shrinking. People will be uncomfortable with how quiet you are because you're not actively making them comfortable around you. And because your energy seems weak, because it's quiet, they will feel comfortable to press you. But your energy is really not weak. It is very powerful. It's just hiding under the surface. Remember the metaphor with the deep waters? You are strong enough to resist their pressure and stay who you are, because this is where your power lies, in your wisdom, in your perceptive nature, in your intuition. Next femininity type is the maiden. And now we approached two last femininity types that are closer to what we consider stereotypically feminine. And by the way, if you are truly a girly girl, that feminine, stereotypical feminine woman, you don't have to apologize for it. There is no femininity type that is submissive. If you are a girly girl, this is your power. This is your femininity type. The power lies in being authentic, in being who you are. So let's talk about maiden. To make you quickly understand what this feminine energy is, it is an energy of a very young girl. But of course, you don't have to be very young to possess this type of femininity. She's just very curious, very open to life. She's open to new experiences, to new ideas. She wants to explore the world, but in a different context, not like the wild woman, because wild woman kinda wants to bring her mission to the world. She wants to change it. Maiden doesn't want to change anything. She wants the world to teach her things, to show her new things. She's very open to it. These girls are very romantic. They believe in true love, in connection with people. She's very emotional. She feels emotions really deeply. In all of the situations, if she's very happy, she will be cheerful and jumping around. If she is upset, she will be crying. She will be showing it. She will not be hiding what she is feeling. She preserved this childishness about her, this very soft and light energy. And that's why people love being around her. Not because she is pleasing anybody, satisfying anybody's needs, but because her energy is very light, very inspiring. Her energy feels like a tree in a spring when the flowers are just opening. The maiden is really optimistic. If the witch sees the world the way it is kind of her curse. She cannot unsee the ugliness of the world as well. Then the maiden looks at the world kind of through a pink lens. She sees beauty in everything. She sees goodness in everything and everyone. She always thinks something beautiful is about to happen. And this is one of her most feminine qualities. It's not about naivety. It is about love for the world. She is very empathetic, easygoing, and adaptable. This is because she's so open to new experiences. She is always ready to hear new ideas and try new things. And she is forgiving to other people, sometimes maybe when she shouldn't be this forgiving, because she feels for other people. She's so empathetic. She thinks, even if they hurt me, maybe they also were hurt, so I shall give them another chance. She's very receptive. She understands people, but not like witch. Witch understands you because of her wisdom. She knows who you are. She knows what you feel. The maiden doesn't know. She feels for you. She feels what you feel. That's because of her empathy. And the perfect example of such a girl will be Charlotte York.
I'm gonna meet the perfect guy and I'm gonna get married.
You hear that, New York? I'm getting married this year!
She has this childish energy. She's very romantic. She's very emotionally open. She sees beauty in the world and she believes in happy ends. The danger of this type of femininity is to become too naive, too ready to forgive, giving too many chances to people who hurt her and crossed her boundaries. Look what happened with Charlotte. She was focusing so much on being chosen that she married the wrong guy. Her first marriage fell apart. He was not the right person for her, but she wanted to be chosen so badly. She might think, the maiden might think, that being feminine is about being agreeable, is about being happy and satisfying everybody's needs, but that's not true. This is a big mistake. If she goes this way, it will strip her of her curiosity, innocence, and softness. Life will start feeling really, really heavy. She will have to start trying too hard and put too much effort. This is against her nature. Her nature is very light and easygoing. To nurture her inner feminine, she does not need to become light again, soft again. She needs to create a healthy boundary. She needs to learn not everyone deserves direct access to her and her empathy. She needs to create this protective barrier in a way around her soft nature for her soft and kind and light nature to flourish within those boundaries. Also, if you have this type of feminine energy of maiden, you need to remember to stay authentic. If you feel sad, cry. If you feel happy, smile. Society rewards cheerfulness and lightness, and that's why you might feel like you need to be like this all the time, and then it gets really hard to be this way. Remember to protect your nature from the world so it doesn't harden, and that's how you stay light and soft and childlike. Last but absolutely not least is the mother type of femininity. This is a type we really need to discuss in detail because these women are really rewarded by the society. They are nurturing, they are what we call feminine homemakers, but they are the ones who risk more than others to become self-sacrificing. If the maiden is openness, the wild woman is freedom, and the witch is depth, then the mother will be nurture and care. This is a woman whose energy is directed outwards towards other people because people is the most important thing for her. She is really focused on relationships and she loves to surround her loved ones, her dearest and nearest, with love and care and nurture. Of course, you don't have to be an actual mother to have this type of femininity. You just need to be someone who really enjoys and maybe even sees her purpose in caring for others. Notice how this energy is different from people pleasing. Again, there is no femininity type that is about people pleasing or being submissive. This femininity type is not about that. It's about genuinely caring. This is a person who genuinely wants to check in and ask how you are, who will take care of you when you're sick and remember to order your favorite dish when you need it, who will take care of you before you even ask. These women are often described as reliable, caring, loving. If you are described like that by your friends, if you are the one to whom they will go for emotional support, you are probably the mother type of feminine energy. By the way, you don't have to be everyone's maid or even know how to cook to have this type of femininity. It can be about emotional support, about making people feel seen and making people feel safe. She has this aura of emotional safety about her, and that's why people gravitate towards her. She will make you feel welcome and comfortable. She will soften the conflicts between others. She will create emotional safety, and this is her biggest strength. The mother type of woman will often want to have a family, be a mother, be a wife, to take care of others. This is her natural state of being, but it is not mandatory. She can fulfill this purpose in a profession too, and not only in a profession where she has to take care of others. She can also thrive in a field where she is creative, where she creates something out of nothing, because energy of creation is about mother's feminine energy. Perfect example will be Monica Geller from France. She is the mother of their group, even before she becomes an actual mother of 2 children.
I'm the hostess. I mean, even when I was little, the girls brought their dollies to my tea party. I serve the best air.
She takes care of everyone else. She is the one who always hosts all the friends group, always cooks everyone's favorite meals, and has her fridge stocked with what they need when they come over. And guess what? Sometimes friends take advantage of this. They start using her and overexhaust her with taking care of them. And this is the biggest danger of this type of femininity. Sometimes they feel like they're only needed as a function. They don't get anything back from their effort. And that's when a mother can become bitter or passive-aggressive and difficult to be around. To nurture your inner feminine, if you have mother's type of femininity, you need to direct some of that caring energy towards yourself. You need to remember that if you love deeply and if you genuinely want to take care of others, you don't owe anybody your opportunities, your life, your time. You don't need to give so much that it ends up harming you. Start mothering yourself first. Always prioritize your needs, your desires, your rest. Remember that mother's energy is actually really powerful because no one is as strong as a mother who's protecting her child. Stop denying your power, thinking that you shall be caring and comfortable at any point of time. And don't be afraid to ask and receive the care that you are giving to others. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it useful, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and of course subscribe to this channel. I prepared for you a little gift. It is a set of 4 wallpapers that represent each femininity type for you to install on your phone and always have a reminder of who you really are and what your energy really is. Unfortunately, I cannot send it to you via YouTube because not everyone has the private messages function working yet. So let's do it like this. Follow me on Instagram and DM wallpaper. I will send them to you. The link will be in the description box to this video. And I will see you next time in my next video. Bye bye.